The University of Chicago Press decided that it was time to start up a new edition of this dictionary because nowadays the vocabularies of modern languages are changing at an incredible rate. And so if you want your book, your dictionary to remain current, you're going to have to work on it every few years. Since the main object that we were trying to pursue was the fact that the vocabulary is changing so fast, my job was to find those vocabulary words that are new and that are exciting and that are very necessary for people to know nowadays if they are hoping to be able to function in a Spanish-speaking environment if they're English speakers, or vice versa. One of these, for example, is a medical vocabulary. I thought that might be very important to people who need to find their way in a foreign medical system, assuming that they might fall ill in a foreign country. This dictionary would be there as a tool for you to try to describe your symptoms or to understand what they're saying back to you. And I think it would serve that purpose very well with up to 4 or 5, I believe up to 600 new words and meanings that were put in the medical area. Another one was business and finance. A third one was computer technology or electronic technology in general, because that is a vocabulary that changes almost on a daily basis. And finally, I think we finally have to admit that sports have become extremely important in modern life all over the world, and so I went out and compiled glossaries, more or less, of the most important sports terminology in the two languages for 7 or 8 sports that are played all over the world. As far as technology goes, there were 2 or 3 ways I could go on that. One way was to consult glossaries of words that have been put together by people from time to time as they tried to come to grips with this kind of thing. You can find things on the web where people are trying to put down their own equivalents, their own ideas of what words are important. And I looked at those a little bit. The equivalents they gave were almost never good, though. Those were checked out by me and by Dr. Moyna as we went through and perfected this. Adding so many new words in so many new areas, I feel it's very likely that if you pick it up and you want to look up a word, you're going to find that word in there and you're going to know which equivalent of it to use. There are quite a few more words and quite a few more meanings to make sure that when people pick up this new edition, they will not be disappointed and find that the word that they're looking for is not even there. A lot of the things that I added to the dictionary were not actually new words. It was just a new meaning that had come out for a word that already existed. Application is a good example. Everybody knows what an application is, but application in the sense of an app, meaning a computer program that can be used on a smartphone, that's new, and so that kind of meaning had to be added to an already pre-existing entry in the dictionary. We realized early on, both the press and I, that this would be the perfect kind of content you could put in an app. I am extremely excited about this app because I feel that it really maximizes the user's access to the information that is in this dictionary in ways that would be hard to pull it out of if you were using the book. It has several different functions. One function is called search. If you do search, it brings up every instance of the word throughout the entire dictionary. So it's really a very enriching kind of experience. The app has some other functions. One of them is that you can make lists of your own. Let's say that you're compiling words of a specific area and you want to be able to keep up with them. Or maybe there's some words that you know, but you just have a hard time remembering them and you'd like to put them all in a list. So in a way, it's kind of your own personal notebook about the language that you can create as you go along. Finally, there are going to be some exercises that you can do. It's called activities, so there will be some activities already built into the app that will enable you to exercise your mind and to learn vocabulary items faster in the kind of way that people often do. One thing you have to understand about this dictionary is that it's medium-sized, small to medium-sized. That means that when we choose words and we choose meanings, we have to be very careful to make sure that they're the kinds of words that people are very likely to want to look up. We can't afford to have a dictionary with 200,000 entries, which is what you're going to do if you end up with a dictionary that's 2,000 pages long. The problem with the dictionary is 2,000 pages long is it often contains so much information that you cannot find what you want to know. Here's what I'm most excited about this new edition. I feel it is now the best daily usage dictionary on the market. You can just put it right on your desk, and whenever you need to know a Spanish term, you can open it up and it is going to be there.